and it's only plastic holding it in. It's gonna break. This piece slides into here. You need to be able to twist it to get the right angle. Figure out how to mount this to your vehicle, okay? Spin it around till it drops. There it is. Hey guys, it's Ray. You know, if you're living the van life, or even if you're just a weekend warrior, you know how important it is to stay connected. Whether it's for work like me, or maybe just to stream your favorite shows, having a reliable internet connection can be a real game changer. That's why I added this Starlink Mini satellite dish to the camper build. And I wanted it to be really easy to set up, and I wanted it to travel safely. So I made two custom modifications. A wood mount inside the van to store it securely while driving, and a waterproof junction box on the roof here to ensure a quick, hassle-free connection. In this video, I'll show you how I set it all up and how I use this short pole to work around a serious design flaw in the dish itself. When I'm driving, the Starlink is securely mounted in this little wood slot. It's kind of tough to get out of there, that's a good thing. But this is just a wooden slot that I built to fit into my countertop down here, and then the Starlink just slides into it and it holds it kind of securely. I've got the dish out here now, and I want to show you the design flaw that I'm talking about. This is the pipe mount, or the plastic mount that comes with the Starlink Mini, and that's how you mount it to stuff. Anyway, the cable slides into this thing, and anytime you want to plug this thing in and set it up, you have to pull this plastic mount out, plug in the plug, and then slide the plastic mount back in. So you are constantly snapping this thing, this piece, plastic, in and out, and it's only plastic holding it in. It's gonna break, and that's a failure point. So what I decided was I wanted a way to where I didn't have to plug it in and out every time. So the first thing I did is I got a short cable, 6-foot replacement cable, right? And that way I could leave this cable always plugged in there, all right? And I wanted this mount snapped in all the time, and I didn't ever want to have to pull it out. So the next thing I did was I got this little PVC spacer pipe, and it fits into there, and then I bought another piece, but I'll show you. So this piece goes into here. I'll pull this down. This piece slides into here. Then you just tighten this up, right? And that's how you would do any pipe connection on this thing. So, but you just hold it in there, you tighten it up, and that ain't going anywhere. Okay, then this next piece, this is a quick connect pole that I got, and there's another piece up on the top of the mount, and I'll show you that in a second. But basically this quick connect pole allows you to snap it in and out quickly, right? But it allows you also to run the cable through there and leave it there. So this stays inside my mount in my car while I'm traveling, and then when I'm ready to set up, I just grab this, and then I go and I go up there and snap it into place, and it's much easier than doing this every time with the pipe mount or a traditional setup or whatever. But more importantly, it allows me to not have to pull this part in and out ever. It always stays set up. I grab the pipe like this, and then I put some gaffer's tape around here to make up a little of the distance. It's a little loose. That way I can still twist this, because once you get it up there, you need to be able to twist it to get the right angle. So this quick mount pole allows me to leave this set up in one piece and never have to mess with it. It's just real quick, grab and go. Makes it really easy to set up and to break it down. So once I have the dish snapped in up there, I take the cord and I put it into this junction box that I have mounted up here, and it connects to the other wire that goes permanently down into here. All this is a little plastic waterproof case that you would have in your yard to connect extension cords to, maybe for your garden, your sprinkler system, some outdoor lighting or whatever. And when the cables go into here, this is rubber. These are rubber gaskets. On both sides are rubber gaskets up here too, and then it just pushes down on the cable there, and it forms a watertight seal, right? So all you have to do is then figure out how to mount this to your vehicle, okay? I was able to do that there, and then I have some butyl tape in here. I can show you that in a second, but butyl tape is used for sealing RV roofs. It helps with leaks and things anyway. So what's cool is this always stays in place on my car. And then I just undo this right when I'm gonna hook up my Starlink, and I have a little connection in here. That's the Starlink gray. They always have gray cables, and I have a barrel connector here. So, and then I have the other end of this cable, and I'll show you, it goes across here and over here and curves down here, and it goes down into here. So my Starlink is always hooked up down inside there to one of the little power stations, but then it stays in this little box right here until I need to hook up. So this is how cool it is. And I basically, when I'm ready to set this thing up, I need to grab my little wrench. That's why I keep this thing up front so I don't forget. So then I take this, and I do need the ladder for this, but let's walk all the way around. And then I have a regular mount here that you just put on your roof for a regular old antenna, but I had these little, let's see if I get this right on the first one. There it is. There. That may be loose enough. There it is. All right, so I lean that up. Then I have a quick connect on this. This does not come with it. So this pole I bought, and this little connection thing is a quick connect. I bought that. Spin it around till it drops. There it is. So now it's in, and I can still twist this to the right angle. But anyway, this cable now just has to loosely go over to that other space. I'm going to walk back over to you now. I already showed you that box. So then I'm going to hook up the other cable, to here. Hopefully you can see this. Can't reach up too much more, but there it is. So now I'm plugging in that to that. Both of these have to fit. I can see them tall enough right into this little, right there. Then you put the top back on. It has rubber gaskets. If you can see back here, hold on a second. If you look on this side now, back on the back, there's rubber gaskets right here on the very back, and they push into each other. And when you clamp that down, that's not leaking. It's never leaked. I've had that up there for months. So now Starlink is now hooked up, and I did it really quickly. So here I'm talking, but if I weren't talking, that's 30 seconds. Boom, boom. And when I'm ready to go, unplug it, do the little thing, snap it off. I also want to talk about how I mounted the junction box and how I keep it watertight. The box itself is pretty thin plastic, so I cut 2 pieces of 1/8 inch thick HDPE rigid plastic to firm it up for mounting. I put 1 piece inside and 1 on the bottom, and I sandwiched in generous amounts of butyl tape. You can see the tape pushing out all around the edges here. Then I drilled 2 holes in the box. I went through both pieces of the HDPE rigid plastic, and then I used threaded hex bolts with flat washers and nylon lock nuts to tighten it down onto these aluminum unistrut channels that I already had mounted to my roof racks. You can see where the bolts come out right here. And here you can see how the Starlink cable and barrel connector fit inside. I've driven a ton of miles in rain and storms, and this box just doesn't leak. So that's how I set up Starlink. Pretty easy. If you got anything out of this video, please give it a like and subscribe to the channel. It really helps. Until next time, thanks for watching. I really appreciate it.